Today we delve into a critical scenario that could reshape the geopolitical landscape of Asia. An India-China war triggered by the invasion of Bhutan. Stay tuned as we explore the historical context, strategic implications, and potential outcomes of this conflict. The geopolitical landscape of South Asia is complex and fraught with historical tensions. The hypothetical scenario of India and China going to war over Bhutan's invasion would have profound implications for regional stability, international relations, and global security. To understand the gravity of this situation, we must first look at the historical context. India and China share a long and contentious border, stretching over 3,440 kilometers. The roots of their disputes date back to the 1962 Sino-Indian War, where India faced a humiliating defeat. Since then, both nations have engaged in numerous standoffs, the most notable being the Doklam crisis in 2017. Doklam, a strategically significant plateau, lies at the tri-junction of India, China, and Bhutan. In 2017, Chinese troops attempted to extend a road into this area, leading to a 73-day standoff with Indian forces. Bhutan, a small Himalayan kingdom, found itself at the center of this geopolitical tug-of-war. The 1962 war left a lasting impact on India's defense policies and its approach towards China. The unresolved border disputes, particularly in the regions of Aksai Chin and Arunachal Pradesh, continue to be flashpoints for potential conflict. Now, imagine a scenario where China decides to invade Bhutan, aiming to assert its dominance over the region. This move would not only threaten Bhutan's sovereignty, but also India's strategic interests. The Siliguri Corridor, also known as the Chicken's Neck, is a narrow stretch of land that connects India's northeastern states to the rest of the country. Control over this corridor is crucial for India's security. An invasion of Bhutan could potentially give China a strategic advantage over this corridor, posing a direct threat to India's territorial integrity. India, bound by its treaty obligations and strategic interests, would be compelled to respond. Bhutan, although a small nation, holds significant strategic value. Its location provides a buffer between India and China, and any shift in control could alter the balance of power in the region. Both India and China are nuclear-armed nations with formidable military capabilities. India's military strategy would likely involve rapid mobilization of troops to the Bhutanese border, leveraging its mountain warfare units and air force. India's specialized mountain divisions, such as the High Altitude Warfare School, HAWS, trained units, would be crucial in countering Chinese advances in the rugged terrain of Bhutan. The Indian Air Force, IAF, would play a pivotal role in providing air support and maintaining air superiority. China, on the other hand, would deploy its well-equipped Western Theater Command, focusing on swift incursions and establishing control over key strategic points. The People's Liberation Army, PLA, has been modernizing its forces with advancements in missile technology, cyber warfare, and electronic warfare capabilities. China's strategy would likely include the use of long-range missiles to target Indian supply lines and military installations, as well as cyber attacks to disrupt communication and command networks. Electronic warfare units would aim to jam Indian radar and communication systems, creating a fog of war. The invasion of Bhutan would not just be a regional conflict, it would have significant global repercussions. The United Nations and major powers like the United States, Russia, and the European Union would be drawn into the crisis, each with their own strategic interests. Sanctions, diplomatic pressure, and potential military alliances could reshape the global order. The economic impact would be profound, disrupting trade routes and causing instability in global markets. The conflict could lead to a realignment of alliances with countries like Japan, Australia, and Southeast Asian nations potentially siding with India, while Pakistan might support China. The Quad Alliance, comprising the US, India, Japan, and Australia, could play a crucial role in countering Chinese aggression. International organizations like the United Nations would likely call for immediate ceasefire and peace talks, but the effectiveness of such measures would depend on the willingness of India and China to negotiate. Bhutan's economy, which has been showing signs of robust growth, would face severe disruptions. The country's GDP growth, which was projected to be around 4.9% in FY 23/24, would likely plummet due to the conflict. Bhutan's top exports include ferroalloys, dolomite, gypsum, cement, and electricity, with India being its largest trading partner. An invasion would disrupt these trade routes, leading to significant economic losses. Imports, which include computers, refined petroleum, and electrical machinery, would also be severely affected, causing shortages and price hikes. Tourism, a major contributor to Bhutan's economy, would see a drastic decline. The country, known for its high-value, low-volume tourism policy, had already been struggling to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. The conflict would deter tourists, leading to a further decline in tourism revenue and impacting local businesses dependent on this sector. The Sustainable Development Fee, SDF, which was recently halved to attract more tourists, would fail to bring in visitors amidst the conflict. This would result in a significant loss of income for the government and local communities. The conflict would have immediate and severe impacts on the stock markets of India and China. Market Research Universe has analyzed these impacts and provided insights into the potential economic fallout. In India, the stock market would likely experience significant volatility. Key indices such as the BSE Sensex and NSE Nifty could see sharp declines as investor confidence wanes. Sectors like tourism, manufacturing, and IT services, which are heavily reliant on stability and international trade, would be particularly affected. China's stock market would also face turbulence. The Shanghai Composite Index could drop as investors react to the geopolitical instability and potential sanctions. Market Research Universe has conducted an in-depth analysis of the potential impacts of this conflict on Bhutan's economy. Our findings highlight several critical areas of concern and provide strategic recommendations for mitigating the adverse effects. According to Market Research Universe, the immediate economic impact would be a sharp decline in GDP growth, driven by disruptions in trade and tourism. We recommend that Bhutan diversify its trade partners to reduce dependency on India and China, and explore new markets in Southeast Asia and Europe. We also suggest enhancing digital infrastructure to support e-commerce and remote work, which could provide alternative revenue streams during times of conflict. Strengthening cybersecurity measures is crucial to protect against potential cyber attacks. In terms of tourism, we advise the Bhutanese government to develop robust crisis management plans and promote domestic tourism to offset the decline in international visitors. Investing in sustainable tourism practices could also attract eco-conscious travelers in the long term. Finally, we emphasize the importance of diplomatic engagement. Bhutan should leverage international platforms to garner support and mediate tensions. Building alliances with regional organizations like SAARC and ASEAN could provide a buffer against economic and political pressures. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses on global geopolitical issues. And don't forget to check out Market Research Universe for detailed reports and insights on this topic.